Good afternoon and welcome to VAS Golf. Well, what a lovely day it is today. We've just experienced some extremely high winds across the country over the weekend, but today, what a day. Instructional one today on putting. How to improve your putting. I'm going to give you some tips. Hopefully you can put it into your game and it will make you become that more consistent and help your putting. Right, let's crack on with it. Grip. So we'll start right from the basics, basically. A lot of people like baseball grip, two hands on it. You even see people going back to front. And the reason that is, bad putters generally have their right and their left hands are arguing one another. A putter is basically just to be held. You're supposed to use the big muscle, so you're just literally holding the putter. The bad putters are the ones that use the right hand. If you're right-handed, use the right hand a lot. There's a lot of movement with the right hand and doesn't become a consistent stroke that way. I use sort of basically it's almost like a reverse overlap. So this finger from my left hand sits on top of my right hand, so it just piggybacks on the top. Like this, they kind of become one unit. You see a lot of guys on tour, but you wouldn't notice it because obviously you just see them putting. You don't see how they're holding it, doing this. So it's like a reverse overlap. So like that, both hands become kind of neutral and not so dominant right. So you could do that. You could go, like I said, baseball. You could have two fingers over the top, whatever suits you. But the main thing is trying to get them both as one unit. So what I'm saying about hands, basically your hands are basically, just like I said, holding the putter. I'm actually going to hit the putt with the big muscle because using the big muscle, that's a more consistent stroke than thrashing at it with your hands, because it then becomes, like I said, possibility of holding the putt becomes a lot less than a stroke that's constantly using your big muscle. Feet shoulder width apart pretty much. Just basically shoulder width apart. Ball never right of center. So if we're talking about ball position, we're talking about maybe central or slightly left of center. I prefer it fractionally left of center, so I hit slightly on the up to create overspin. Pretty much like I saying, sitting, like I said, just slightly left of center. And we're trying to take it back the same distance back, same distance through, and just using my big muscles. My hands, like I said, are just holding the putter. So a lot of mistakes I see in the amateurs normally is where they are in basically in relation to the ball. So if I get over this side, you can see that if I get over the putt now and I drop a ball, look how far away I am from where I should be. Your eye should be right over the ball. So if you're too close, so you want to get it so you're kind of in the sweet spot, kind of where I am now. Okay, so that's over the ball. Right, because of, like I said, because of the sun, this is a bit of a tricky one, left to right. So, and they're going to be quick, these greens. So let's see how we get on. So I've got my grip, I've got my posture. So I'm just tilted slightly over. I'm just going to use the big muscle. Left hand is just purely just hanging on to it. This is extremely quick. Not bad for the first one, left to right. So same again. And these greens are rapid, so here we go again. Oh, push that one. Right, but as you can see, it's gone, these, like I said, these are quick. So this has gone like maybe 2-3 foot past. So let's try that again. Just going to swing back through and in. So 2 out of 3, not bad for a start, especially left to right. So basically, I was just using the big muscles, as you can see there. I'm not really giving myself the best of chances with a downhill left to right swinging putt, but we'll try it. Break. Oh, flipped out. Again, just using the big muscles, not going to hit. That was a good stroke, but it's going to miss right. Come on, get one of these in at least. Come on. Yep. Oh, lipped out. So I've lipped out twice. So, and then literally you've got a 2-footer. How much easier is it right to left up the hill? So much easier. Okay, I will say welcome back to VAS Golf. I had to stop filming a couple of days ago. As you can tell, it was nice and sunny. It's evening time now, and my voice sounds a lot worse for wear. Not too well at the moment, but we're going to carry on with the video. So this is technically part 2. So let's crack on. Okay, so just a quick one. when I was talking about reverse overlap, I actually carry both my fingers over the top. So these two fingers on my left hand sit on top of my right hand. So like that, it just nullifies. You can do it with one, or you can do it with two. I prefer it with two. Technically, I think a lot of the guys on tour do it with two. But yeah, see how that suits you, if you can get on with that. So literally right hand on it, as you can see there, these two fingers just piggyback on top. Simple as. And then it's just takes the hands out of it and you just rock your shoulders. Right, couple of drills. So now we're still slightly left to right, which I'm not a fan of. If I went right to left, it'd be a lot easier. Let's give these a go. Well, that went dead straight. So that was the first putt this evening. Oh, we're all right. It's slightly right to left. Because it's late in the evening. When it's late in the evening, it becomes harder to read the greens. To do with light. Not too bad. So, I've always been pretty good at reading greens. So much so I missed the first one thinking it was left to right. But generally I am. And I'm quite a good putter. Always have been to a certain degree. But yeah, it's literally, you got aim point. There's different techniques. One I like to do is check by the hole to see what it's doing by the hole. So a short version and then take it into the longer version if there's no more of a decline. So take it up here, have a look from about 2 foot and then walk back and then check from there. So this is a good drill. The balls are probably 3 feet apart, maybe 2 and a bit feet apart. So this is a nice short one, which you shouldn't miss, but these are the ones that everyone goes, oh, is that gimme? Well, knock it in if it's that easy. Pushed it a little bit, but I got away with it. Right, it's the third one again. I pushed it slightly last time, missed it right edge. Take me time a little bit longer. I've pushed it again. So because the greens are a little bit dewy, this is something to look at. So I've messed the drill up twice now. And because the greens really got a little bit of dew on them, they don't break as much as they normally would. So that's something for you to look at. If you're playing early in the morning, or you're playing late at night, if it seems like it's got a lot of break, take less break into it because the water will keep it straight. Right, come on. These two haven't been the issue, it's the third one. I'm not going to give the hole away this time. I've got more at the hole. Here we go. Here's your 3. With the last one that time, I hit it like more of a sturdier pace. I hit it harder and it just held its line all the way through. Right, that's a great drill. Now this is an important drill to learn a better technique with certainly your putting stroke, your actual head of your putter. I just happen to have 8 tees. And what you've got to do is you're going to probably be about, I don't know, 6 foot away. And you're going to build a gateway. Not too bad. Right, was that pretty straight? Well, it's not too bad. Okay. So this is a good drill. You can see it's self-explanatory. I've got 8 tees. Not too straight, but it doesn't matter for now. What you've got to do is you've got to put the ball in between them. And obviously, I know your stroke's probably more than likely not going to hit the tees. But you hit 3 putts from inside the gate. So you're hitting 3 putts from inside the gate, trying to hole them. Then you bring the gate in. Okay, so looking at putting strokes, I see this a lot. Bad putters generally have got a long backswing and decel on the way through. So a huge backswing and slow down as they go through. There's others that have got a short backswing and extend it on the way through. If one's, I mean, they're both not great, but probably the secondary one where you're shorter than long, you might get away with. But the long to short, it's not a very consistent stroke. Neither is the other one. What you want is the same distance back and the same distance through, and basically just slightly longer for a longer putt. Obviously putting with your shoulders again. This gateway I've got here, that's not bad, because what you do is you swing back to the very first tee and swing through to the last tee. So what I'm doing here, if you can see with my putter, I'd go back to there and through to there, no further. I wouldn't go back up here. Right, let's give this a go. I've pushed the first one, but I got away with it. That wasn't a very good putt. It flew in the middle of the hole, but it wasn't a very good putt. That was smooth. Right, come on. Pretty consistent. 3 out of 3. First time of asking. Right, so I've done that now. So now what I'll do is I'll bring the gate in a bit. So as you can see with the tees now, I'm actually bringing them in. So this is narrow now. So yes, I've got an uphill, straightish putt, slightly right edge, but you still gotta, obviously you still gotta knock them in. All right, same again. As you can see, the gateway is really tight now, and there's lip outs and there's that one. Well, I could carry on, and I probably should carry on, but I'm not going to get 3 out of 3, but we'll do it anyway. That was a big lip out, wasn't it? Again, my ball is slightly left to centre, so I put a little bit of topspin on it. So you can see my putter's raised up a little bit. It creates overspin, topspin. It is an older way of putting, but I think it's a great way of putting. So it's slightly forward in my stance. So as I'm coming into it, I'm lifting up. You'll see the putter blade, as it's coming in, it going up a bit more, which creates a bit of overspin. So you don't have to have that longer swing. It will do, the ball will go, it will roll, because it's overspinning, creating overspin or topspin. Right, I can't move on yet because I haven't holed 3 in a row. Same again. Big muscles, not the hands. I pushed that slightly, but I got away with it. Right, can I complete the 3 out of 3? There we go. So that's a great drill. I wouldn't bring it in anymore because, like you see, I'll show you here quickly. The putter won't really fit anymore in there, will it? It's not a great deal. There's a little bit of leeway here, but you can go tad tighter if you really want to. But as you can see, my stroke was very much back in a straight line and through in a straight line. More olden days, you'd see him roll the putter from right to left and then through. 1970s, 1980s sort of golfers. But back through, trying to keep it straight and using your big muscles, your shoulders, that will help you do that. It's just back and through, back and through. Right, putting. That was putting for you. I'll add some more down the line in the way of putting. And then a couple of other little drills you can do to help your putting, but it's consistency like it is with the whole of the game. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please, I know we say it a lot, like and subscribe to the video. I know some of you are watching it and not liking and subscribing. Obviously, I see how many views I get. Please just hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to it because there'll be more to come. There'll be competitions coming up as well where you can win wedges, putters. I'll have a few things coming up towards the end of the year. So please like and subscribe once again. Until next time.